It's funny. We John Dye did a thing of English magazines, which was really cool and covered all of those early magazines. But it's funny how the freestylers would have viewed it slightly differently from the
I
racers.
could tell. Yeah, his views were different
It's,
regards to a racer. Yeah,
you know, those race shots didn't inspire any of the freestylers because they weren't doing anything. But for us, like it was,
and a lot of them were like result pages. So even though I was more interested in the results and the talk, whatever they're saying, than the picture, you know.
Yeah, and I think as well when you love something like that, you just ingest everything. Like it doesn't matter whether it's prices from Gecko or what bikes are in the ads or anything. It's just you just want to see all of it, and it's especially when there was a period where there were like 4-5 magazines. Like your chances of getting a photograph in a magazine, and it's, you know, especially in this day and age where it's all video and it's all instantaneous. The thought of having your photograph in a BMX magazine was just, dude, that was, you know, level of winning.
We're talking more about British magazines, even though I'm sure it was the same feeling for an American to be in an American magazine at the time, those early days.
Yeah, and I'm sure because they did have, like, there was BMX Action was the premier magazine over here.
Yeah.
But, you know, you had Plus, Super BMX, there were a couple of others.
Bicycles and Dirt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I
is that where Stephen got the name from?
I think so, yeah. I think so. And what's crazy is, like, all of the magazines, like even that Bicycles and Dirt, you would see different riders.
But he did a lot of there's a lot of reports from early worlds and stuff, which was
Kurt,
cool.
Kurt Esser was in my age group, and I'd never seen him in the big magazines. But he rode for Thruster, and
he's in a lot of those mags. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I just remember seeing that and being like, "Who's this dude? Oh, it's crazy."
Yeah.
But yeah, in England, you know, you had a lot more chances. Like I got that background photograph in BMX Bi-Weekly. I had that letter that I wrote to Action Bike.
I know, it keeps popping up when I'm looking through magazines.
Embarrassingly enough. But by the time like Racer Freestyler came out, like I had my first legit full page photograph in that magazine, like Coxmore National, jumping the triples, like in front of Whopper.
Yeah.
And like it even says in the caption, like comes a time when you've got to jump the triples or you're going to get taken on the inside, which like they were obviously watching what was going on because that's what had happened in the first moto. But you had so much more chance of getting in the magazines. And like I said, it's hard to explain to kids now, but when a magazine came out, the day it came out, you wanted to be at WH Smith's or your local newspaper store or whatever and get it. It's
what's your favorite American magazine? You know which one I like to know is a big fan. You're a big fan of him. The one of Eric Carter with the surfboard.
Oh yeah,
was that the cover? Or that was the inside.
I think it was an inside.
But that issue,
inside, yeah. With me,
because there's all interviews in it. That's why I liked
think
it.
Even before I saw Action Bike, there was a cover of BMX Action over here with Greg Grubbs on Red Line.
Okay, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
I think he was jumping a water jump or something. He wasn't doing like one of the turndowns that he was famous for. It was just the middle of a race shot, but he was on factory Red Line, and it because I was into racing. It said everything to me. It was I mean some of the photographs, even little photographs in there. There's one of my favorite photographs ever was a photograph of a dude called Solon Foster, who still rides today.
No, I see him on Instagram.
I love that dude.
Yeah, JMC.
He rode for JMC, but at this race, he wasn't. I think he was between teams because he rode for a couple of big teams. And it's an indoor race, and they've got hay bales, and he's going into the corner, and he's got his foot up.
I think I've seen
so
this
it's
picture.
Up
over
that, and the caption says, "You can't hug the hay bales any closer than this."
Right.
And I just he looked, because he was a kind of a weird nerdy kid as well, like tall and skinny. He wore glasses, but just that photograph, like the way he was going into that corner and his foot was up over
that picture's
hay
been
bales.
Passed around a lot, I think, on social media. Yeah.
Those photographs as well. Like, I think I've seen one of these photographs from different angles, but there's a photograph of Charlie Williams and Daryl Young jumping the doubles into the first turn at, I think it's the NBL Grands.
Or Nashville, is it?
It might be, yeah. And it's just, dude, it's like they're both riding for the, two of the best teams. They're two of the raddest experts. Like Charlie's still number 2 at that point. Daryl's number 7. And it's just those good photographs like that. They just burn.
One of the ones I like, and I just did a podcast, and he mentioned him because he was friends with him. I just did a podcast with Scott Felt, who races 50 and over here. He hung out with, and he told us some information I never knew. But going back to the picture of Derek Garcia. Like a full page in BMX Action.
It's
somewhere back east. It's like jumping off a big speed jump, or it might be a set of doubles, but it's so high.
Yep.
It's got like the 1 1/8 on, and
he was the camouflage kid as well.
Camouflage kid. That's what we talked about. Yeah.